two legends on Enter the Dragon, a rumor that circulated for decades. What would have happened if Bruce Lee and Bolo Yeung had actually faced off behind the scenes? The most brutal fight that ever took place between them will leave you breathless. In 1971, Bruce Lee and Bolo Yeung met while filming a Winston cigarettes commercial in Hong Kong. Bruce saw more than just muscle in Bolo. He saw charisma and intensity that matched his own vision. A friendship grew between them, and Lee invited him to star in Enter the Dragon, after which he became known as Bolo, the name of the character he played. Let's remember his real name is Yang Se. The two worked closely together during the filming of Enter the Dragon, where Lee trained intensely with Yeung in advanced techniques. But here's the detail few people know. Bruce had meticulously choreographed an epic fight scene between his character and Bolo's. It was meant to be one of the movie's showpieces, a clash of philosophies, as much as physical abilities. However, the studio made a decision that changed everything. Bolo's role was drastically reduced. The fight scene was completely removed from the final script. The reason was strategic. The studio wanted the entire narrative to focus on the final confrontation between Bruce and Han, the main villain played by Shi Qian. They believed another major fight with Bolo could weaken the impact of the climax. This decision was a massive disappointment for both of them. Bruce had invested weeks designing the choreography. Bolo had trained specifically for that moment. What makes this story even more fascinating is who was present on that set. Bob Wall, the black belt who played the villain O'Hara, worked directly with both men on the choreography and recognized their fundamental differences. Bruce was speed and scientific precision. Bolo was concentrated explosive power. Jim Kelly, a legitimate middleweight karate champion, watched everything. As a competitor before becoming an actor, he understood the competitive energy between high-level martial artists. And here's the incredible part. Working as stunt doubles on that very set were two young men who would later become legends in their own right, Sammo Hung and Jackie Chan. Both watched in awe as Bruce executed lightning-fast kicks and Bolo displayed feats of raw strength during training. All of them would witness what was about to happen. According to rumors that circulated for decades within the martial arts community, the tension didn't disappear with the removal of the fight scene, quite the opposite. In the final week of filming, during a break, someone supposedly made a comment that lit the fuse. The details vary depending on who tells the story, but the result was the same. Bolo allegedly challenged Bruce to a real sparring match. Not a choreography, not a demonstration. A legitimate encounter where both martial artists would test their skills without Hollywood filters. Bruce, who never refused a challenge from a respectable martial artist, supposedly accepted without hesitation. According to the most repeated version, the encounter took place in a secluded area of the set. No cameras, no large audience, just a few crew members as witnesses, sand beneath their feet, the Hong Kong sun falling over the island, two titans face to face. Bruce took off his iconic yellow shirt. His body was a precision machine, every muscle defined with purpose, no excess, everything functional. He adopted the Yet Kune Do guard, side stance, weight distributed, lead hand feeling the distance. His body relaxed, but ready to explode in any direction. Bolo was already shirtless. His physique was overwhelming. Pecs like steel plates, arms thicker than most men's legs, and a neck that seemed fused with his massive shoulders. His guard looked simple, but operated like a collision mechanism. Short, aggressive, and ready to unleash pure impact in a heartbeat. Bruce moved first, a probing jab, quick like a whip. It wasn't meant to land, only to measure reaction. Bolo blocked with his forearm. The impact echoed, wood against wood. Then Bolo advanced. Heavy, deliberate steps, arms extending, trying to close the distance, aiming to trap Bruce in his crushing grip. Bruce retreated but did not flee. He kept perfect distance, just outside Bolo's reach. His eyes never left Bolo's chest, reading every movement. Bolo attempted a forward burst. The dragon slipped sideways, like water. The motion was so fluid, Bolo grabbed only air. The witnesses murmured. Bruce's speed was unnatural. Bolo adjusted his strategy, more patient, more calculated. He feinted left. Bruce read the movement and prepared to slip right. Every one of Bolo's attacks was lethal and aggressive. Even the air seemed to split with each impact. But the dragon was always at least half a step ahead, anticipating and analyzing. His entire style was built on reading the opponent. As Master Muhammad once said, fighting the dragon was nearly impossible. He described Bruce's style as that of a pistol. He knew exactly when you were going to pull the trigger, but you never knew when he would pull his. Imagine how frustrating and exhausting it must have been for Bolo to try to connect or catch the dragon. With every minute of the encounter, he got closer to the dragon's humanity, but at the same time, his own energy was fading. Sensing the danger, Bruce reacted. His right fist, compact and precise, drove into Bolo's solar plexus. It wasn't a wild punch, but it was enough. This was the beginning of the end, the moment the fight shifted towards speed, precision, and visible physical wear. According to several accounts, Bolo didn't give up. He stood back up, exhausted but determined. He tried to impose his style, constant pressure and heavy strikes that would have broken anyone else. But Bruce turned the rest of the fight into a masterclass in efficiency. While Bolo threw combinations that drained his energy, Bruce defended with minimal, precise movements, saving every gram of oxygen. His counterattacks were surgical: ribs, liver, solar plexus, strikes designed to accumulate damage and accelerate fatigue. Bolo's massive physique began working against him. 90 kilos of muscle require massive oxygen, and each attack drained him more. Bruce, light, efficient, and with controlled breathing, maintained a pace that seemed endless. As the minutes passed, the difference became undeniable. Bolo was gasping, his punches slower, his defense opening. Bruce, in contrast, remained fresh. Jim Kelly and Bob Wall saw it clearly. The fight was already decided. By the 10-minute mark, Bolo's body was at its limit, his legs trembling, his arms dropping. Still, he attempted one final strike, giving everything he had left, but his body could no longer keep up with the pace. He missed more from exhaustion than inaccuracy. At that moment, it became clear he could no longer meet the physical demands of the fight. His legs gave out and he dropped to his knees, not from pain, but because his endurance had finally reached its limit. In the following days on set, according to rumors, Bruce and Bolo trained together even more intensely. Bruce taught, Bolo learned. The planned fight scene between Bruce and Bolo's character was never filmed. Instead, John Saxon's character ended up fighting Bolo in the final cut of the movie. Some say it was due to scheduling issues. Others suggest that after their private encounter, both men felt they no longer needed to prove anything on screen. Years after Bruce's death, Bolo said in an interview, "There will never be another Bruce Lee. I had the privilege and honor of calling him my friend." He never mentioned a specific fight. He never confirmed the rumors, but he never denied them either. According to these rumors, this encounter may have taken place during the filming of Enter the Dragon. What is confirmed is that Bruce Lee and Bolo Yeung trained together frequently during the shoot, and Bruce saw in Bolo more than muscles. He saw a real martial artist. If this fight happened as the rumors suggest, based on their documented styles, philosophies, and physical abilities, I believe Bruce would have dominated. Not because he was stronger, but because he understood something fundamental. In combat, efficiency beats brute strength. Speed creates opportunities that raw power can't reach, and adaptability outperforms tradition. Bolo represented the peak of human physical power, but Bruce represented the evolution of martial arts itself. That was his genius. He wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the strongest, but he understood combat at a level few have ever reached. Bruce Lee died just days before Enter the Dragon premiered in Hong Kong. He was 32 years old. But his philosophy lives on in every martial artist who understands. It's not about having the strongest punch, it's about having the smartest one. Now tell me, what do you think would have happened if Bruce Lee and Bolo Yeung had really faced each other behind the scenes of Enter the Dragon? Bruce's speed and philosophy, or Bolo's raw, overwhelming power? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this story interesting, you cannot miss this intense video about the secret fight between Mike Tyson and Wesley Snipes. There, I break down what happened, dramatize the rumors, and close with a final analysis and reflection. Don't miss it. Click, subscribe, and leave your like. See you in the next one.